Yes, yes, yes. Welcome. We are live. This is the MML in week 3. This is season 5, week 3, ladies and gentlemen, and some hot MML action happening as we are approaching mid-season and teams are starting to really take form and schedules being shaped. I am, as always, your announcer, Serious Jest, and I will be casting this game many have been looking forward to. Two of the premier coaches in the MML. You got discodavo, who is the returning MML champ with his team, Los Pumas, a human team. And you also have his opponent, Ponghines, the coach of the Leaf Dancers. And I have just been joined by my co-announcer in the chat right now, ReznorRulesYou. What's up, Rez?
How's it going, man?
Are you ready for some hot pro action?
Listen, it's Red Panty night when you play the Pumas.
Oh, hell yeah. Conor McGregor. And lots of Conor McGregor. Let's take a look at Conor McGregor over here. Where is he on the field? He is... Let's find him. Where is that sneaky bastard? Oh, there he is. So, looks like the Pumas are on offense. No. Defense. That's why. Conor's lined up back here, protected for the most part.
Yeah, I don't think he really has much interest in playing defense unless it involves just picking
scoring.
The ball.
Yeah, grabbing the ball and scoring. So Conor is right here on the field. If you look at him, he has been the key to Los Pumas' success offensively, at least. He is faster than most gutter runners. Look at him fly. He's very sure of feet, and he can sprint and even exceed his own normal abilities. I mean, the guy is what you refer to as a true one-turner. He can cover 26 yards in one turn. You normally don't see that out of humans.
We saw Hoyce is the one who was really the star in the championship game. So I mean, you get distracted sometimes with how much of a threat Conor is, and you forget that they're humans. You know, every piece is at least AG3.
Absolutely. And let's take a look at that guy right there on the screen, Hoyce Gracie. He is extremely strong. I mean, the guy is literally as strong as most ogres, which you don't see out of normal human blitzers. And he hits really hard, too. He's been known to pack a real mighty blow. So they're facing off against the Leaf Dancers. Leaf Dancers' key players, I'd have to say, is Matterwan, who's the War Dancer, who hits very hard, also trained in the ancient art of my T-blow. He is adept at stripping the ball, so he doesn't even have to knock you down. He can strip that ball from you. And actually, Nadenfell, also extremely, I would say even more dangerous, right? That's the other War Dancer. He's extremely agile, more agile than most War Dancers, and he also has the ability to strip the ball. He is a blodger, and he can tackle people that normally are adept at dodging out of some of the blocks. So
I mean, you're absolutely right. The War Dancers are probably the stars of the team, but my personal favorite will be the Strength 4 Blodge Frenzy lineman, Luan, who comes from one of my farm teams, Big Mountain Fudge Cake.
Hey, this guy Luan, and he is the strongest guy on the team, literally. So that's a guy you definitely have to watch out for, especially if he's a frenzied maniac. He can push you off the sideline.
Yeah, you've got to worry about a wood elf surfing you. It's a bit game changing.
I gotta say, as a coach who has played Pong repeatedly in the past, he is an extremely good coach, and he doesn't need a team with a lot of stars. Like, he can really just function off positioning. He's an elf coach, and he's all about using those dodges and positioning, and Pong can easily make a lineman a star. But I gotta say, Pong was super excited when he was talking about picking up Luan in the offseason, and that definitely adds another element to this team that we're not used to seeing.
Well, and that's exactly it. You've got to worry about dealing with his positioning, and as you're worried about that, you've got a piece who can completely blow everything that you set up.
Yep. And then we have Hoyce coming after the War Dancer, trying to assert who's the biggest, baddest brother on the yard.
And that, you got the AG5, and you've got the Mighty Blow, and I mean, those are pretty ideal War Dancers right now. I mean,
and it's funny, we're only picking
more out of them.
Yeah, no, these guys are top notch. But it's with these two teams now. The Leaf Dancers has been around for they have a season under their belt. Their prior Pong's prior team The Lauren Rockets. Yeah, they didn't make it out of season 3. I think they were.
Well, and that was actually something that's been changed since then. That the AV7 teams had a bit of an issue with. Seeing as how I was one and still half my team is AV7, but if you're a returning team, you should, especially an elf team, should be able to rely on the journeyman. It's the way that they're built. They're fragile. Wood elf team is not going to survive through most seasons with 11 players. Somehow mine did last season, but most of the time it's not going to happen.
Right. So now with that, by the way, we got Preach in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, the Godfather of the MML.
Loaded up now.
I like to shout out Preach every time he gets in the chat because he's the guy behind all this. This was his brainchild. Actually, though, if you really do a study into the MML history, a little known fact.
I believe we have Tiger Shark actually to thank for the MML, don't we? I mean,
yes. Yeah. It might actually. Preach is definitely the Godfather. But
Preach is the man who makes it happen, but Tiger Shark is the one who planted the seed.
Exactly. It's like an inception idea. He kidnapped Preach, he planted the inception in his mind during a dream, and next thing you know, we have the MML. So we rarely...
obviously, he knew Preach, and he knows what happens when Preach gets a good idea, and he really, I certainly can't execute an idea that I have the way that Preach can. It's kind of scary. I don't know if he sleeps, but it's
I think he just meditates. I think he kind of like a ninja. He just kind of lays there, doesn't move, and that's how he replenishes his energy. Look at that, Conor McGregor going deep. Oh, Conor McGregor picks up the ball. This is why he is so dangerous. That's got to be frustrating. If you're Pong, you decide not to use the extra training.
Wait a minute.
And Conor stumbles a little bit, but manages to dodge away. That's that, man. Pong thought he was conserving the rerolls. He was like, hey, this ball is safe here. These guys can't get in here. And man, the humans can touch you. This human team can touch you from wherever you are.
Now it's basically going to come down to which War Dancer do you send over. The tackle. Well, the AG5 tackle also has strip ball. So that's probably what we're going to see here. Connor's only 2 strength. So this is either going to end up as a touchdown, or Connor's going to be in a lot of pain.
I believe that. So he's got he's a tackler too.
Yeah, tackle and strip ball. So it's not a good spot for Connor.
I think once Matterwan actually, because he's a Mighty Blow black belt. Once Matterwan develops a tackle skill, he's going to be a serious, nasty threat.
That my 2 favorite players on Stop Rolling Ones were obviously Deaf Guy and then Terry Bruise, who had sidestep tackle Mighty Blow.
He was a monster. By the way, speaking of monsters, we were so focused on some of these stars. Like, there are stars embedded throughout these teams. And, we've been talking all about Hoist Gracie a lot. We forgot when Hoist Gracie last year went down with an injury, and he missed a game in the playoffs. Who stepped up? Who was the man who stepped up and became the big guy for the team, besides the Ogre?
Let's say, hang on a second. Yeah, it was Rain, wasn't it?
It was absolutely Rain. Rain Advar came in and wrecked some nasty shop and showed he could knock heads better than even Hoist in some cases. And then I think Hoist needed to... there it goes. Matterwan knocking down Connor. The crowd for the Leaf Dancers, the guys that are here visiting for the Leaf Dancers are chanting, take out Connor, take out Connor. And Connor's laying on the ground, and Matterwan's pounding his chest. He looks more like an orc right now.
Oh my. The reroll's going to get burnt here.
Yep. Nattenfeld grabbing that ball, and it looks like the Leaf Dancers this time are going to spend that extra training that they did this week.
I mean, you take a look, and there's a tackle piece on each team, and that's it. So the blodger is, in the land without tackle, the blodger is king.
Sounds like a high-scoring affair to me.
I don't know about 6-5. I think these teams are actually playing a little bit of defense, but yes, this will be what is traditionally thought of as high scoring.
That's the crazy thing with Los Pumas, if you've watched them, is They really switch up their game plan. Oh, and there's that tackle you talked about.
There it is.
Yeah, we have been joined in the chat by More Shots. What's going on, More Shots?
I wasn't in the locker room stealing things, I swear. I was detained by security. I was detained by security. I was not
and
in the
just
locker
as you
room
show
going
up,
through
More
people's
Shots.
belongings.
Look,
Right?
More Shots. You are
What
from
is
now
this?
on. You are known as the bringer of death. More Shots shows up, and people start dying.
Ponghines looks at the side, up at the commentary booth, sees that Shots has arrived, looks at the apothecary and says, "I'm not even going to bother."
Which player was it that just died? I had some extra shopping I need to do over
that was
the
an unskilled catcher.
Oh, it was a catcher.
Oh, well, he's not going to have any good Sunday.
Oh, another
Sorry
player
about that.
injured. Shots, you are causing carnage. What are you doing? I think I just saw him nod over in the direction of the field, and people started dying. From now on, Shots needs to wear a hood and carry a scythe when he shows up.
I happen to already have one of those. Strangely enough, I left it out in the out with the horse. They wouldn't let me bring it through security. That's why I got detained for a bit here.
Wait, you left it with an animal? You're saying, or was that another word?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With a horse.
Oh,
with a
okay,
horse.
gotcha.
He's trustworthy. I've
I wasn't sure if you said a horse or
Yeah, no. It's a Clydesdale.
Oh, okay.
Sturdy creature.
Because the whores also like scythes and hoods. Just to clarify that joke and make it explicit.
I don't know if they like scythes so much. It's something else.
Oh no! I'm telling you, the cutting is the next great thing. You really got to get into this.
There's definitely some dark things going on in the streets out here.
They scream, no, help me, but what they really enjoy is that moment right before they slip into unconsciousness.
Okay.
This is getting weird. It's okay, just go with it.
Dark in the MML on a Friday afternoon.
Hey, I've been cooped up at work all week, damn it. I need a release. So with the arrival now of Shots, we have 3 announcers, and I'm thinking that we may see one of us may duck out at halftime, and completely unconnected, there may be a new MML celebrity sideline reporter in the house for the second half. What do you guys think?
All right, guys. So I missed a couple of turns. Somebody's gonna have to catch me up. Looks like the Wood Elves got the ball first, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so the Wood Elves received the ball deep. A lot of, kind of just normal knockdowns. People got back up, nothing really big. The Wood Elves went to pick up the ball. They failed to do it on the first attempt. Coach Pong decided not to use the reroll, and the Humans decided to take advantage of that to use Connor's amazing speed to run up there, mark the ball carrier. Somebody else marked the ball carrier. Connor ran up, grabbed the ball, picked it up. The War Dancer came down, knocked him down. The other War Dancer came over, tried to pick up the ball, had to spin a reroll to do it this time, and sat there with the ball. And then you showed up and people got killed. That's pretty much where we are now.
You guys are getting really good at this recap.
What did I just say? I don't even know what just happened. I blacked out.
That's pretty common after the recap.
Yeah.
After the recap comes the retap.
I like that. I let the memories just flow through my body and use me as a conduit.
Yeah, you got to use a conduit with these witch elves.
Yeah, especially when they're demanding scythes and hoods.
Yeah, it's dark times.
Wait, what? This is
so the Wood Elves really haven't gotten their offense moving at all. Then it would appear to be. Then they've dropped back into an orc-like kind of a muddled cage maneuver, and haven't gotten any catchers upfield or anything. This could be really bad for the Wood Elves here. Then if they can't get this ball upfield, the Ogre's kind of moving in.
They've got a hero lineman. I don't know where that lino came from, but man, that's a hell of a Wood Elf lineman.
Pong has been on his heels.
Does he have frenzy?
Yes.
Oh, you better believe he has frenzy.
That's ambitious. He thinks he's going to be around long enough to hit twice.
He's a berserker, son.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And he's got, with a name like Luann, he had to learn how to fight growing up.
I'm telling you, he wanted to be tough.
That's some boy named Sue stuff right there.
Exactly. My man wears a sailor suit around in public just so people will try to say something to him, and then he can start fights. And I'm not talking about like the, you know, like the cool I actually serve in the Navy sailor suit. I'm talking about like the one that you see in Disney films.
Wait, they're not the same thing?
Yeah, they kind of are, but, you know, I'm trying to give props to the Navy.
So
you see the rebound here, and the Wood Elves trying to construct a loose cage or screen over there on the sideline. And man, the humans are just doing a great job of just disrupting everything. Pong is constantly, he's playing very reactive Blood Bowl right now with his team. And he really doesn't have a choice in that matter. Every time that they make a move to get free of these assaults, you know, the humans are right back there either threatening to attack or actually levying nasty attacks and putting them back on their heels. This has got to be an uncomfortable situation.
Tell me about uncomfortable here. This is one of those where being down 2 players already, and it's going to be one of those where after a while the lack of tackle on the Pumas isn't going to matter, because when they're able to double up and really pinch in on these Elves, it really gets a little bit uncomfortable for them. So they're going to need something that's a little bit swinging free to get through this defensive formation that they're starting to stack on them.
Absolutely. And you've got the thing about the humans is they're just bashy enough to create those problems. So most of the time against a bashy team, Wood Elves lose a couple of people. I think Rez will agree with this. You lose a couple players and you're like, you know what, that's standard. I can deal with that. I'm not worried that I'm down 2. But these humans are mobile enough that it is a problem. Because when you start to lose those numbers now, like they can actually speed with you as well, just about.
When you get a Mighty Blow player on a Wood Elf team, you lean on him so heavy, and that's you've seen Darwin, attacking Connor a couple of times already, trying to, you know, get their piece of flesh, get their pound of flesh out of it at least, and it's not working. That's when it starts to be like, oh, come on, you know, I need to even this out. It's gonna get ugly.
Now, I've publicly posted this, and the humans are probably my least favorite race, or have been. And until I started actually taking the human being, when I took the human beings pro, I've really, really, really come to appreciate the value of human catchers. Wow, the ball is loose, by the way. Again, we talked about it before, Rez. Rain Advar knocking the ball loose, knocking down Nadenfell. That ball goes into the stands, and of course the Pumas fans throw it right back in the direction of those Pumas. It's about 4 yards from Baldric Smutzer, the famed Blood Bowl human player / porn star, and actually within the grasp of Alaric Fredge, who is a very capable thrower.
We might see a pickup and a throw here.
Yeah.
I think Hoist might get the ball.
Mm-hmm. Good luck trying to free the ball from Hoist. That's a 5-star player.
No, I said I left it with my horse, not with Hoist. He doesn't have the side.
Oh, well, now he does. He's got the ball now. Oh, and a scythe. He's got his hands. His hands are as good as a scythe. That's a big boy, and he hits hard.
So yeah, this is actually something we've been seeing with the Pumas ever since their championship. They've been letting some of the strength players actually do ball handling.
Jesus, Ethalalu gone for the match, and that's this is looking like a mauling right now. What do you think, Shots? You said before, I think you said, if you get to the half and there's 4 Wood Elf players injured, that's about par for the course. We're in turn 4 right now, and there's 3 gone. Would you say that the Los Pumas are ahead of schedule?
Yeah, they're definitely ahead of schedule, and this is one of those where with the ball getting not picked up that first turn, it really has it's put the pressure completely on the Wood Elves. They're used to being able to get upfield and have the other team chase them around, where it appears at this time they're kind of getting chased around in their half, and there's no threat of scoring. So the humans are able to just kind of start leveling hits, and it's one of those where the Wood Elves they have no chance to score at this point, and they've been put on defense. So This is one of those where they have to come up with something, and there's like no room for it at this point. So hopefully they can come up with something on this turn to at least try and force the humans to score. Because with Wood Elves, they always have an opportunity, but like right now it's going to be awful tough without being able to get first hits and get guys upfield. So it'd almost be better for them to force the humans to score right now, or get your War Dancer killed by attacking an absolute monster human blitzer. I mean.
Hey, that's a 61% chance to knock the ball free and a 31% chance to get knocked on your ass.
Yeah.
Is it the odds when the defender has blocked even?
He's got split ball.
The 31% won't be in effect because he has block. That probably drops in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, 61% chance to knock the ball free even on a red die. It's,
but I'm saying even when the defender has block?
I'm pretty sure. With strip ball. Yeah.
Well then, it looks like Matterwan just got unlucky.
That might be with wrestle. I think I'm adding wrestle into that number.
Okay. Yeah, because that sounds pretty high
still
for
not a bad play though.
Bad. Exactly. No. And I'll be honest, man. Like you guys are saying, like this, it's not discodavo's style to stall. He's gonna score this next turn.
I would think he's gonna score and try to get another one.
Yep. He is greedy. He likes touchdowns. Connor likes touchdowns. That whole team is just they don't want to win by stalling. Yeah. This is a pretty good recovery on defense from Pong, though. I mean, I get the Leaf Dancers doing a really good job. If this was a Bashy team, they probably would have just said, you know what, screw it, we're not stopping that score, so we might as well just start beating people up. But that's also not really an option. Oh! Wow!
There's something in the air tonight.
I'm telling you, man, wear your hood. He is wearing a hood. I know he's wearing a hood, and he's wearing his speaker, and he's carrying a scythe around, and he has a witch elf chained up in his. I can't see shots because he's down somewhere. He's broadcasting in remotely. I know he's got a witch elf chained up somewhere in a basement right now. And he's standing over her with a scythe, and he's bleeding her for little sacrifices to Nuffles, so these deaths will keep happening.
This is actually something I'm not happy about. I'm gonna have to actually work Saturdays if these deaths keep up. I need to renegotiate my contract because this is becoming a lot of paperwork with these wood elves.
This has been a brutal week for both of us, right?
The Apple on it.
If you're not in the MML, you don't know that. Oh wow, they did use the Apple. I guess Pong just said I can't beat down yet another guy. Yeah. But yeah, so if you're not in the MML, Shots is also the league apothecary, so he tracks the injuries every week, and the deaths, and I keep the records, so like the team single game records for the league as well as the individual stats, and this week has been full of some insane and grotesque stats that are going to just completely alter the record books. And the deaths and the injuries have been out of control. So Shots and I are both going to be working late in the office this week, probably with some bourbon easily at hand, maybe a few witch elves. Maybe they like to be cut by scythes as well, and that's what keeps us going through the night. Maybe we drink the blood to give us more energy. Am I going too far? Too far right now?
No, it seems about right.
Okay, cool.
It seems like a regular Friday night in the office.
That's how we do it in the MML, right? Right, Preach? He's just like, oh my God, what? Why do I let these guys be affiliated with my league? Todd Eagle calling for a foul. Yeah, Preach is reeling me in right now. Jest, put the rubber ball back in your mouth.
This is what happens when they let you out early.
It's not a Preach is saying that it's pronounced
it
a
is
scythe.
A scythe.
It's a
scythe.
No,
it's
scythe.
A scythe.
Pronounced scythe. Oh, what was I saying? Scythe? Was I saying scythe? Oh, that's a speech impediment I have. English was my second language. Sorry.
See, look at him making fun of you. That's just messed up, man.
No, he's not making fun of me. He's actually really annoyed by it. He's like, it's a scythe. It's a scythe. I own one. Here's a picture of me in armor with my scythe, LARPing.
You know, I was sitting here, I was talking with one of my buddies who likes to rip on how much I play Blood Bowl. You know, he doesn't quite get it. And we were talking, we're like, you know, it's like, it could be worse. You know, I could be LARPing and stuff. And then we sat there and talked about it. It's like, you know, if I bought like a pre-made costume, I would totally go fucking LARP.
You know,
like, why fork and LARP?
You know, like, people think, like, I've never done it, right, and I know it's considered a really nerdy thing, but there is an athletic component to doing that, right? I mean, you are, like,
it's at least aerobic, like,
yeah, you're running around swinging
a
freaking sword, dude. Like, that can't be that can't be all that nerdy, right?
No, I mean, it's seriously, it seems like if you went there, you had a couple of beers, you could have a really good time doing that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so, I might openly laugh if somebody started pointing at me and going, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. I might laugh.
Yeah, that's a little different than somebody swinging the sword at you. But in the meantime, the elves have the ball back.
They do. I'm surprised that I'm really surprised that Disco didn't try to score on that last turn. I guess Hoist was just so confident.
He blitzed with Hoist and re-rolled, but I don't think he wanted to do the dodge with Hoist,
gotcha.
And that was that's what stopped it. Because other than that, yeah, it looked like he was swinging and wanted to really make an effort at it. Where's that catcher going? I don't think he took the ball with him.
No. That's the Il Nana. He's taking off. The Il Nana can almost pretty much score right from where he's at.
He can score. He can score from where he's at.
Yep. Yeah, because he's a sprinter too.
That won't do. Somebody kill that thing quick.
He's also got sidestep.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is Balaramar, who has the ball right now, is a Blod sidestepper. So he's a Blod stepper. So, as you pointed out, there's only one person who is skilled in the fine art of tackling out here on the pitch for the humans, for either team. And that guy, Maximilian Fleisch, who sounds like a villain from Die Hard, is all the way on the other side of the field and nowhere near that Blod stepper. So my guess is that Coach Pong is betting that they're not going to be able to take down his Blod stepper, and and Altanana is going to be receiving a pass pretty soon from Balaramar on the next turn. Let's see if that bet pans out.
Luann's taking a real liking to that tackle player, basically saying, I see you got tackle. Let's see what you can do with it.
So there's people in the chat, at least one person in the chat, NTB is saying his audio is cutting in and out. Is that still a problem from anybody else?
I got no clue. I can hear everything. I know I'm muting on and off every time I cough, sneeze, or do a line. I mean, get myself in line.
Friday Blood Bowl, baby! Friday Blood Bowl. It doesn't get better than this.
Right? I thought I had to work tomorrow. Turns out that's next week now. So man, I'm in a great mood. Like this is.
Great. I've been looking forward to this. I got so I haven't been this productive at work all day when I found out there was a match in an hour, and I had to get a document done that normally would have taken me 2 hours.
Oh, balls on the ground again.
Yep. Well, I guess
there goes good old Hoist.
Yep. Pong bet wrong. He bet on that Blod stepper and it wasn't enough.
Hoist is 5 strength. He gets an automatic 3 die against those Wood Elf catchers.
NTB's still confused about the whole Ith thing. Preach misheard the way I was pronouncing Scythe. I was obviously pronouncing Scythe right the whole way, but Preach's bias against Latino announcers is really making him think I was mispronouncing it.
Oh, we've got a catcher in the corner.
We do. That's a book, isn't it?
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
It's a book about the yeah, it's a book I don't even want to make that joke. Alright, I'm gonna leave it alone. A catcher in the corner.
Meanwhile, back in Blood Bowl,
so the
humans circle around to try and get the touchdown.
Look at that, a mishandled ball. Something that the catcher in the corner doesn't normally do.
Right now.
He could. He is in a dangerous position. Hans Lamprecht.
Connor gets surfed, and the Wood Elves score this turn.
That's Yeah, this is bad. This could be really bad for the for our champions, our returning champions, Los Pumas. Wait. What's it? Don says we now even have farm games being made on Twitch. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
I said I was off tomorrow, and Don said we should farm. I was talking to him in the chat, and I said sure.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Gotcha. So, by the way, Los Pumas started off this season they actually have a tie. Who tied them? Was it the Witches Coven? Or Yayabs? Or Rodentia? Actually, everybody in this conference, in the Sword Coast Conference, has a tie in their record. So I wonder who tied Los Pumas.
Competition was tight early this season. It's
been tight all over the MML.
Things are tight all over the place. Let me tell you.
Back to that witch elf in the corner, chained up.
Well, let me tell you, she got an attitude, and it's gonna get fixed.
I'm really surprised. Really surprised that Blitz was not used on Connor.
I forgot he has sidestep. Yeah, Don already pointed it out in the chat.
Yeah, it's a bait maneuver. It gets me every time. You put a sidestep player on the sideline, I'm swinging in like a maniac, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, why is he over there now?
We've all bid on that, and we have all had somebody else bite on it.
I'm sorry, but in order to get Connor surf like that, I might have taken 3 players and put them all in blocked him up.
Well, here comes the AG5. I think he's going to leap, try to grab the ball, and then probably dodge out and make a throw.
I wouldn't even dodge. I'd just chuck it from there. It's going to be a good time. Let it dangle.
Pretty high percentage. Yeah, there you go. One more.
He's still in a tackle zone there.
There it is.
I don't know what these guys are talking about. It's a scythe. They're talking about pronouncing Scytha? Scytha? Scytha?
That sounds like the Blitzkrieger's next witch elf.
Yeah, that sounds like the Spanish way of saying AIDS. See that? Here we go, the Il Nana getting the pass. And will it be... Oh, the Il Nana stumbling, but he manages to regain his footing. And how risky does Pong want to play it?
Well, it's pretty safe to leave him there now with sidestep.
Absolutely.
With sidestep, if they get attacked, they could just drop themselves into the end zone.
This game, I don't think anyone can even get to him.
What an exciting game! It just went one way from looking. Oh, Maximilian!
Look at the size of that elf. I mean, I'm not going to covet my neighbor's Woody, but holy cow.
He is packing.
I've heard physique is a larger than average elf. I think Luan puts him to shame.
Yeah, you can never trust these size comparisons when they're not in the same arena.
Tenacity is larger than physique, so I think Luan is probably somewhere in between the two.
So it's a tweener, right?
Have the armor bulking up their shoulders and everything.
That sounds crazy, Scytha. I would never say, even if that was correct, I wouldn't pronounce it that way. Scytha. It's a scythe. I'm going to swing my scythe at you. Like, get the hell out of here. That sounds like some weak-ass weapon.
Scythe? Yeah.
It's a scythe.
Scythe.
Or, as properly pronounced, in my protected speech, Scytha. Deal with it, haters.
Don says sight.
Sight? Sight? He sees sight, man.
Sight.
Okay, it's a sight. I told you it's a sight. Stop playing with me, man. Okay?
I've never heard the side of you, Jest. Please continue. I'm enjoying it.
Maybe that's
I think I found who I want to. I think I found who I want to guess announce now.
Right?
Maybe that's
just do me a favor. Just do me a favor. Just say Benino, Benino, Benino.
We might see Big Poppy show up on the sidelines for that's the new MML.
Oh,
Big Poppy.
Look at the human fly.
Smutzer, your favorite player and your mother's favorite player.
There's a couple of like porn-sounding names on here, but that one's the best porn name right there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
The ability of these guys to make up ground is insane, man. Really, there is defense being played.
Yeah, that's that's the 7 movement on the human blitzers. I think people forget about that, but that's one that really comes in handy. I think that may be the biggest trait advantage for the humans is that 7 movement. With Wood Elves, it's not as major of a change, but against most races, that 7 really is a game changer for the humans.
No, I gotta tell you, man, I really.
Keep up with the Wood Elves.
There's 2 key positions for the humans. Well, 3, right? The ogre, of course, but more so the blitzers. You get 4 of them. They come with block and they move 7, right? And you also have the catcher, who's an 8 speed, and he picks up the agility tree and the general tree, both of them. So you could do a lot of things. That guy immediately becomes a blodger or a Roger, and there's just so many things you could do with these catchers. And like on the human beings, for instance, John Crawford has been hitting the weight room, and he's a strength 3 now. So now you're looking at basically a guy who's got 8 movement ability, and he's a Roger. So
I think my favorite build in all of Blood Bowl is the catcher, the strength 2 catcher gutter runner build with Dauntless, Strip Ball, and Wrestle, and it's such a pain in the ass for every other coach to have to deal with.
Absolutely.
Like, if you have 2 of those guys on your team, the ball is never safe with that much movement.
No, yeah, and you get 4 of those. You got 4 human catchers. So early stages humans are really tough to build, but once you get to like Los Pumas level, they're floating. What's their TV? Probably somewhere around 2,000. And I didn't get.
They definitely cracked 2,000 last season, but it went down a bit.
Yeah, they by the end of the year they came in at 19 something for this one, I believe. But they were low 19s, and they were over 2K at one point previously in their championship season. So
by the time you get there, you could have a mean, nasty build, and like this team is. They're very hard to deal with.
Well, and that's when you start to see, I mean, you've got the raw ability that you get with the strength up and everything, but then you start to tack on the mighty blow to it and the tackle and the guard, and that's when the team really starts to shine.
Yep.
And you can utilize those stat ups and not have to worry about putting a guy in danger.
Yep. So I know Coach Pong, again, having played extensively against him as well, Coach Pong does not like to leave a lot of time. Although he's a Wood Elf coach, he really likes the control the clock aspect of the game. So I've seen him actually be very able to score and actually run his guys back to midfield and reset again because he was scoring too early. So he was looking around the field, and you saw him finally give the go-ahead to the Il Nana to go ahead and score because he was thinking about. He was just like, no, there's no way. There's too many of these dangerous humans out here. So that leaves a lot of time. That's 2 turns now for Los Pumas to score when they have a guy who can do it in 1.
Well, and if you look at this, I got to give the Wood Elves credit. It was looking like they were going to go down a touchdown. It was looking like they were going to get absolutely smashed, and they were able to get the ball back, get it up the field, and get the score without taking any more major damage. Now, they're playing without an apothecary now, but, I mean, if you looked at this game 3 turns in, you were ready to tune out. And now you're looking at it again. The casualty box hasn't filled up anymore for the Wood Elves, and they were able to collect the ball and get a touchdown. So I got to give them a lot of credit for finding a way to make that happen. And that's one of those where the humans look to be in control, and you've got to start to give these Wood Elves a little bit more credit with able to to get that ball out of their hands. I wouldn't want to have to face them with the ball because it looks like you have to have a backup plan just in case that strip ball. War Dancer comes in and takes a poke at it because these catchers and Wood Elves can have it go in the opposite direction real fast.
Yeah, that's just a testament to the quality of MML coaches. I mean, you had one coach force a situation into a turnover that most people wouldn't even have seen the opportunity for, and then the other coach on his heels the entire match managed to get that ball back somehow and turn what was pretty much a short touchdown into a cross-field opportunity. And then the other coach managed to put some D on him and force him to score right away. And now you got 2 turns left for that other coach to come back and tie this up and then get the ball right back at halftime. This is one of the better games I've watched in the MML, which is already laden with really well coached and very good games.
Well, and the biggest thing now is Connor can one-turn on you if he wants to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Connor's muttering at Royce right now, going, "Look, you didn't score. It's my turn. They're going to give it to me." He's lined up there, jawing at him. He's not even taunting the defense. He's taunting his teammate at this point, blaming him for the score being 1-0 against them.
Would you even try to score on one turn right now, though? If you're Connor, you got two turns to score, and Pong is very capable of one-turn touchdowning you as well. The Wood Elves have the pieces.
It's a good question. It's a good question only because he's playing a team with so much strip ball and everything on it right now. If he was playing Orcs or something, I would definitely say to hold off. But there's at least a discussion to have with yourself about whether to do it or not, because he's got 2 players with strip ball.
You know, and honestly, as I'm thinking about it, right, Disco is maybe even more equipped than Pong to score the one turn. So
the Wood Elves would need a little bit of help. 1 push for the 9 movement catcher.
Right. But you could score the one turn right now, and if he scores the one turn in return, then you score another one turn. Yeah.
Oh, and now you've got the rain.
That changes things quite a little bit.
Yeah, Rain Advar is quite an intimidating force out there, but it's also getting a little bit wet. I don't know if anybody knows that part of it.
Rain Advar is the unsung hero of this team.
Yep. He fills in gaps. He's that guy. He's a solid. He's like the Pippin to Hoist Gracie's Jordan.
Well, and I think if you have the opportunity to one-turn here, you might as well give it a shot.
Yep.
Mostly because if they one-turn you back, you're getting more Mighty Blow hits on anybody on the line. So this is one of those where I think the humans, more kickoffs are better for them because they're going to get more action like this.
Oh, this might be another record this week, Shots. That's 2 deaths. Actually, though, one of those deaths was due to somebody falling and breaking their own neck. So really only 1 death inflicted, like 1 kill.
But like I was just saying, this is one of those where getting those initial opening hits is really going to become a huge advantage for the humans with that Mighty Blow. So it may be a benefit for them because they're going to get the ball again right away. Oh, and they're not going to one-turn, it doesn't look like, unless we're going to see a handoff here.
Yeah, I think that's what if they were going to do that, though, they might as well have thrown it to Connor. I don't. Yeah, they're not going to one-turn it. I agree with you, though. They probably should have tried. But he's going to play it conservative. They have enough people over there to wall off that sideline, though.
Yeah, but with the 5 agility war dancer, there's no wall that can't be jumped over fairly easily.
True. That's true.
And I don't think there's any square on the pitch that matters that he can't get to.
So. But the good thing, here is the thing about that, though, right? Let's say you get that 5 agility guy in there, and he does manage to strip that ball. Oh, that's a problem. They really needed that ogre to come through, and that's Dag destructive. And he just starts scratching his ass and looking around, and he has no clue what he was supposed to be doing. Yeah, this is Oh, what I was going to say, if they could have got him over there to steal that sideline and that War Dancer got through, there's still a lot of guys around to pick that ball back up and run it into the end zone. So maybe you do take that chance anyway. I'm thinking they may give it to Connor now after all. They haven't spent their reroll, right? Oh, they don't have a reroll.
They're out of rerolls.
But actually,
even if something happens, it's one of those where Connor. What they could do is run Connor up a ways and then go from there. I mean, they don't have to go all the way with Connor if they don't feel like it.
So even the reroll catch is Connor's catch skill isn't enough. Connor's very fast, but he doesn't have the best hands. He's just kind of he's become a catcher through training and learning and learning that catch skill. But his agility's not great.
Well, and that's one of those where this this rain definitely isn't helping him either. I think he normally would have done a little bit better with that, but yeah, the precipitation is definitely having an impact on this this handoff and catching. So
very true. The downside for the Leaf Dancers on no human scores is they don't get the chance to one turn, but I'm sure they're okay with that.
Yeah, and they'll be happy to get out of this one with that one touchdown. I have to imagine that it was looking pretty shaky for them for a while there, and you know, evening things back up, getting out with their respect in this first half will be more than enough, I think.
Yeah.
They're still going to have to find a way to either push Connor back a square or get the ball marked up, because Connor can still score next turn.
I see, and that's I was thinking about too. They could either do that or they could go column defense, because Connor can score next turn. It would take basically all the movement
I've seen Connor do some ridiculous things that I never thought he would be able to do, and I'm pretty sure it was already this season with the running through 3 tackle zones, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe he did a one turn in turn 16.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if that was what got them the tie. I think that's what got them their tie. Was they were going to lose, and he ran through 3 tackle zones with 3 go for it's to get him that far. So yeah, this is one of those where you can't trust Connor if he has the range. And I think this is going to be a mark on Connor.
Yeah, that's where you start causing him problems. It's already a 4+. Now it's a 5+ catch if you can't move the war dancer.
Well, that's the war dancer doesn't. Oh,
I think he's going to come over and blitz Connor.
If he blitz, right. Yeah, it looks like that's where he's going with it. That's going to push him back and alleviate the threat of Connor scoring.
But the sidestep, he can still stay in the square, but he has the ball marked. He might just grab. Yep.
And I was worried about that one. What my next thought is that they may have forgot about Royce. Royce is actually up far enough with 1 go for it. Royce could score.
Absolutely.
So if they can get the ball up to Royce, it's definitely not over yet. But they need to they need to formulate a plan to get it up there and get it in his hands. But first things first, they got to get the ball back. So Rain's going to bring the pain.
That's not going to cut it. So they don't have a Roger. So what they should have tried to do probably was take Maximilian Fleisch over there and attack with him.
So
and it looks like now the humans are just going to get their rocks off.
Yeah, they'll do, deal a few hits to whoever they can get a hold of and go from there.
Is anybody else paying attention to the chat?
No, were we supposed
actively...
to?
Do you remember, it was Sturm said it perfectly, do you remember the Bruta anagram wars?
Oh, I loved those, yeah.
They're doing that with NTB's name.
And then boards.
Oh, that's good times.
Well, to be fair, I think NTB started it.
I don't know. All I know is I turned my head back over to the chat and I saw a wall of this.
Yeah. This is hilarious.
Well, one thing can be definitely said about the MML: creativity is not in short supply.
Even if it's vicious creativity, it's good creativity. Oh man,
it's normally like vicious creativity. Looks like they're loading up for a 3-die block on the Dodge lineman, and 5 players was not enough to bring him down. So we won't have to worry about his issues going into the halftime. But
I once had
Panthers up 1-0.
I once had a 3-die block with a couple of witch elves. It was, let me tell you, oh wait, my time's up. Hey guys, I gotta break out of here. I'm gonna cede my time over to sideline reporter, Big Poppy. I'll see you guys later.
All right, so we've got Leaf Dancers lining up now on defense. The humans and Coach discodavo is gonna be receiving the ball. We'll see if the weather's gonna keep acting up with this rain. But one thing that's for certain is that the human blitzer rain is gonna definitely continue acting up. We've seen quite a few hard hits on the elf so far. Rain is definitely responsible for many of them. Big highlight of the first half is going to be 3 deaths, one of them apothecaried, and then two major injuries for the Wood Elves. Humans got out of the first half pretty much unscathed, and we're taunting the Elves up and down the field, but we're unable to keep them out of the end zone.
The humans even have an extra player.
Yeah, I believe those Pumas normally show up with 12. I think they've had up to 13 at one point, but it seems like their comfort zone's really at 12. It's when they're at their most effective. I think if you see them playing Orcs or a bashier team, they may add a lineman before the game or during that week and get them trained a little bit. But for the most part, I think they're pretty comfortable with the agility teams going in with 12 players.
Well, and that's, I'm not sure if he's going to get subbed in. That is your mother's favorite player, Baldric Smutzer.
Yeah, my mother is a huge fan of the Baldric Smutzer. I noticed that he was out there earlier, and I believe they had a different lineman sitting out for a while there, which I thought was rather strange, because you definitely need some Baldric Smutzer on the field whenever you can get that.
I mean, you got to get the power stash involved in the blocking. It's the only way you can really do it.
It completes the formation. I mean, it's one of those where the field seems empty without the boulder.
I don't know if we've got anybody down on the sideline. I believe we've got somebody. Well, we've got Baldric over there.
Okay, hello. This is Big Papi. What's going on, my friends? I'm also known as Tony Bretonnia.
Oh no, not more Bretonians. We've got enough of that with Drump.
It's okay. A different kind of Bretonian. Drump, he's not real Bretonian anyway.
Well, since you're over there, we noticed that the humans just sent in Baldric Smutzer and sat Hamilton or Hamlin. Was there any kind of a concerted effort to get Balder in, or did Hamilton just need a break or a breather or something there? I mean, we're all excited to get the Smutzer in, but was this a coaching decision or a player's decision?
The guy wanted. I think it was a coach decision, man. The guy was over here, was pissed off. He said, "I want to go in." Baldric pulled out his penis and said, "Hey, who's this bigger, huh?" And the guy just shut up and stood over on the sideline in shame, man. It was raining, and look, now it's clearing up. When this guy's penis comes out, so does the sun. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So he unzips his pants and just the sun comes out and the clouds part.
It's amazing, man. I wish I was hung like this guy. He's hung like a horse that I put the head of it in somebody's bed one day.
There's a reason that he's everyone's mother's favorite player.
And it looks like, speaking of mother's favorites, it looks like Conor McGregor's going to get blue-balled again. He's looking over at Royce, and Royce has the ball instead of him. He's like, what's going on here? I thought I was the offense.
Well, Royce just keeps taking all the shine off of Conor. Every time we broadcast one of these games, he really steps up to the MML spotlight.
The conversation went like this. It was Conor turned to Hoist Gracie. He said, "Hey man, that's my ball." And Hoist Gracie said, "You play with those balls." And he pointed to Baldric, and then Baldric pulled out his balls. And then the whole time, and Conor's looking over there. Hoist grabs the ball. It's too late, man. This is a crazy game, I tell you. This blood balls, man. This is crazy.
Wait, are you telling me that Baldric had blood on his balls?
Baldric always has blood on his balls. He doesn't like to wait for, the time of the month to pass. So he takes it whenever he can get it. He's insatiable, man. The guy's crazy. He's a freak. A real freak.
So Baldric is definitely one of the more aggressive players on the field. We can say that with a rather certainty at this point. We'll see if the Ogre also is going to take an aggressive stance here, and looks like he's sizing up the catcher now.
Curiously, the catcher is standing about the height of the Ogre's balls, so he also has balls in his face. This whole game we can call this the balls game. This is crazy.
I'm pretty sure this game has gone completely nuts.
and yeah, speaking of balls, yeah, we're still doing the anagrams in the chat, and we're doing Bort too, apparently. And Harry's got a good one. It's bruised oval rancid testicles.
Oh my God, that reminds me of one time when I took a vacation to Altdorf, and oh, if you go down in the downtown district during the wrong hours, you can work out very badly for your hygiene.
Are you telling me you tend to make bad decisions when you're out there in Altdorf, Big Poppy?
It depends what your definition of bad is. I mean, I got a good story and an adventure out of it. You have to grab life by the balls, you know what I mean?
Okay. Los Pumas is looking to get this game back under control, unlike most of their players' testicles, which seem to be completely out of control at this point.
This is kind of like the new Wildcat offense. Nobody knows how to deal with it yet.
It's definitely not the Norse T. It's not the other formations. It's not a cage. This is a new more. This is a new more you know, less restrictive offense. This is more of a human free-balling technique, I believe.
I feel like this is just give the ball to the brick wall and watch Wood Elves bounce off of him.
This may be some kind of a joke for them, but I still would give a little bit more respect to the strip ball word answer, because there's not a whole lot of places that they can hide from that particular monstrosity. So we saw this formation almost exactly in the first half, and with the strip ball on that, they were able to remove it from the from the crisped and tight fingers of Gracie there, and we could be looking at that again with the guard piece now in play.
And speaking of stripping balls, I'm down here on the sideline, and Baldric Smutzer is waving his balls. He's got them confidently out in the air in front of Torain, and he's taunting him. He's dancing back and forth. This is insane. I've never seen anything like this. He should be banned.
Well, that's a wrestle dodge lineman that he's approaching there. I wouldn't if I was him be so freeballing it with that wrestle in the area. If he gets a good firm grip on that, it could prove that disastrous for him. That wrestle's no joke. You could end up with your sack on the ground.
In the meantime, so Hoist loses the ball, but yeah, they're not going to help the Elves very much there.
Yeah, your turn to get the broadcast back in line for a second.
I'm not used to this role. I'm usually helping to facilitate the silliness, and now I feel like I have to at least address the game. I don't like this.
If Poppy on the sideline could make his way over to the Elf casualty box, if there's any room over there.
I'm already here.
With the stick.
I'm already here. I don't like what I'm seeing, guys. There's a lot of naked guys over here, and they're laying down on the ground. They're not moving. They're just laying on each other. Some of them are cuddling to try to help themselves get through the injuries. It's not really my cup of tea, but hey, if you're into it, you're into it. You know what I mean?
As League Apothecary, I'm kind of a fan of that behavior. I don't know why, but I just tend to be. So I know that the chat a little bit earlier, I believe it was Don Eagle was looking for some fouling. You think that the humans might go full goon mode at this point now that they have the numbers advantage in such a overwhelming capacity?
Maybe.
No one steals this analysis.
I'm over here on the side, guys. I'm telling you, it's really starting to smell now. These guys, they're not the most hygienic to begin with, and they're laying over here. You're mixing the blood into it. And now they're carting over another guy over here. He looks like his hand looks mangled. It looks like a little dead baby hand. This is awful.
Dead baby hand, yes. We were hoping for a little bit less dead baby hand, but you take what you can get in this world, right?
So
in Bretonnia, dead babies is a way of life.
That got dark very quickly. Oh, look at the sidestep here, though.
Ball scatter. This could leave Conor McGregor in scoring position. Ball now free. Open field attack here. This could be a possible opportunity for Conor McGregor to finally get a little bit of offense moving.
Guys, I know I'm the new guy and I have to work my way up, but I'm telling you, it really stinks over here like some kind of bad dog doo-doo. I'm trying to keep from getting my shoes dirty with all of these. Oh, wow. That guy just went into the end zone.
Yeah, don't see this often with the humans, but Conor McGregor, I believe last season he was the league leading scorer. He's been a little slow to start this season. I think that may only be his second or third touchdown for the year.
Harry says this is better than porn with all the dead and injured elves. He's becoming very aroused. I think
if
Preach
you could
agrees
smell
with
it, if Harry Warhawk could smell what I'm smelling right now, he would curse the gods themselves. This is disgusting. It's the mixture of blood, the feces that are coming out from the dead ones because they poop their pants after they die. And then you got they already stink because they don't take showers. They smell like skunk weed, and they also smell like the forest, and they smell like sex in the forest. And then they're also over here all with the blood, and they're bleeding all over the place. This is disgusting. This is like a bad scene from The Walking Dead where all the people kill the horse.
So I would like to point out for Harry Warthog over there that is a injured AG5 war dancer, because I know nothing gets him quite as aroused as that particular combination of words. So he'll need a short time out after hearing that, I'm sure.
He needs a fan. Just fan yourself for a moment, Harry. Just take a seat. It'll be okay. Oh, we're actually gonna get an injured human here, maybe? Nope.
Guys, I've made my way over to the human sideline. Detlef Hamlin has now pulled out a lawn chair, and he is sipping a Mai Tai, and he is enjoying himself. I think he's even pulling out those little styrofoam things that they use to separate the toes, and he's gonna give himself a pedicure.
I'm not sure if any of you saw that. That rock was actually aimed directly at Baldric Smutzer. He's a clever vet. He saw it coming, actually pulled his teammate and held his teammate in front to deflect him like a shield. Rock hit Wolf there clean in the face, and
I believe the
Wolf is down.
Something about that's what you get for messing around with my wife, Baldric. No more of your smuts, and he just kind of dodged it deftly, and I think he gave somebody a little wave.
Yeah. You don't want to mess with the smuts.
Smuts will come in and just take your girl. He doesn't care. That power stash, it gets him pretty far.
Certain things you don't want to do. One of those is Hassel the Hoff. The other is Baldric the Smuts.
It's very disappointing that he doesn't actually have any hair or facial hair. Like the wolf next to him, he's decked out.
Oh, we might get a Wood Elf Surf here. No, we wouldn't actually expect that, would we? Maybe we will. I'm wrong a lot.
Luann has had enough of all this attention on Baldric. Says, get off the field. It's time for me to shine.
And the crowd carries the Smuts over to the sideline where he eyeballs the chair. Hamlin has just been ordered out of his lawn chair. The Smuts is sitting down and telling him to get him a drink.
Jesus Christ, man, that guy almost knocked me over. They kicked him over here. The crowd came over. They fanned him. They said, are you all right? Would you like a drink? Why don't you take this lawn chair? And then they picked up the lawn chair, and they launched Hamlin out, and they put the guy in the lawn chair, and now he's pretty pissed off. The other guy has to find his own lawn chair. Maybe there's a gnome around here he can use to sit on.
You don't want to sit on those gnomes. They got pointy hats. Things could go wrong rather quickly.
Plus, if you watch any of Baldric's films, you know that gnomes like to eat butt.
I think that's a bidet.
Well, that was the name of the film, the Gnome Bidet.
I believe that was a that was a cross-gendered film.
This is our finest hour, gentlemen.
This is early MML Friday night. This is how we do it. Early MML Friday night is like Skinemax.
Skinemax after dark.
The Gnome Shoes Diaries.
Is there Skinemax in morning? Because I'd watch.
Yeah, I believe that's called Morningwood.
Hey, that guy.
No, there's no tree on the field. Pong doesn't subscribe to the tree man.
No, there is a tree on the field. His name is Baldric. You've seen him in his films.
It's like, that's more of a kickstand than a root, though.
It's true. It's true. He runs faster because of it. It's 3 legs.
I'm not sure if pole vaulting's allowed in the rules. I know that the war dancers can leap, but a pole vault maneuver could be dangerous.
Well, no, I think I may have actually just gotten us all banned from the MML, gentlemen, and ruined our plea for insanity, because Preach has noticed this is our finest hour, proving that I'm cognizant of what we're doing.
I thought that was a compliment.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see if there's a message
false advertising.
in the
This game most likely will take longer than an hour, like most of Baldric's films.
Well, 1 hour, just 60 minutes is nowhere near enough of the schmutz.
He really doesn't start to get going until after. No, I'm going to stop short of what it's going.
So there are 2 wood elves in scoring position. The only one that's really appealing is the catcher.
I don't think I've ever seen Baldric in scoring position. It's a position I'm not aware of, actually.
Well, Baldric's over here on the sideline now, with his feet kicked up. He's on the lawn chair, and Hamlin looks kind of pissed off about it. He's standing. None of the fans want to get him a chair, but I've had 3 female fans come over already and turn the chair the other way toward the crowd, and put a blanket over it, and some bad things happened, and I'm intrigued and entertained, but there is a game on the field.
Well, I'll tell you, you take a few more notes on how the crowd treats the schmutz there, because I'm pretty curious too. I mean, this is a home game. They're in pretty good shape, and he's just kind of getting to enjoy interacting with the fans for once. So we'll pay attention to this game. The Wood Elves actually might score here for a second, but I mean, the important thing is the schmutz in his professional career.
There are 7 of the most beautiful women I've ever seen lined up in the front of the stands directly behind the dugout, and they're sitting there. They have all shaved different letters starting with B and ending with C into their private parts. And the 7 women are standing there, and oh wait, there's an 8th one with an exclamation point. This is amazing. The Los Pumas fans seem to be the best fans in all of the MML.
I haven't seen this much attention given to a player since Sydney Lopside in the Bretonian tournament, I believe.
Yes, but the quality of the women that were showing their lopsided breasts for Sydney Lopside it was horrific. It was worse than what I'm witnessing over on the other sideline over there with the 7 naked men laying down in blood and feces. In fact, I think I would rather have relations with the 7 blood and feces covered men over on the sideline than the type of women that was showing their breasts to Sydney Lopside during the championship for the whatever that tournament was, the Bretonian tournament that the MML had.
Well, nobody really likes Bretonians, and that's that's the only thing that any of us get interested in, is when the peasants actually start to rise up there.
Everyone likes Bretonians. What are you talking about? I'm from Bretonnia. Tony Bretonnia. Okay?
Different Bretonians.
I'm from Bretonnia. You're like me, man. I'm cool, man. Stick with me, kid.
As long as you're not hanging out with that Drumpf guy.
I tell you, the Drumpf is not a real Bretonian, though. Drumpf is not for the
Wood Elves
people.
Are switching direction. They're running to the other side of the field now. I think they've forgotten which side of the field they're supposed to score in, or at least the catcher has.
Well, this was that comment about how how the Wood Elves don't like to score right away if they can avoid it. This could be one of these clever Wood Elf stalls that we heard about earlier.
We've got Sturm in the chat. He doesn't necessarily, you know. I guess the league needs a Bretonnian team, you know, to spice things up.
Speaking of stalls, my friends, speaking of stalls, it looks like Baldric Smutzer has taken one of the female fans, no, two of the female fans, and looks now into the toilet. So they have gone into one of these stalls, and let's see if Baldric gets back for more field action later, because he's getting other kind of action right now.
I've heard rumors that in the women's restroom here at the Los Pumas Stadium, that Baldric's number can be found in pretty much every stall.
It's for a good time call.
From what I heard, that's pretty accurate. The other thing that I've heard is Baldric actually puts the numbers in there, and he checks up on them before every game.
We've got Hez asking who the sideline announcer is.
It's Tony Bretonnia, aka Big Papi.
So there's a game going on the field. The Bilarimar still has the ball. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back over to the Wood Elf side. This Baldric guy just came out and told me to smell his finger. I'm gonna go to the other side, and I'm going to hang out by these men who are writhing. Like this looks like some kind of zombie, just apocalypse gone bad. These guys they're saying, "Help me! Someone's begging me for a glass of water." It's very ugly over here. I don't like it, but it's still, I don't want to smell Baldric's finger.
You might, yeah. The women Baldric is cavorting with, they may be beautiful, but I don't know if you want to get around any of their actual bodily fluids.
I have smelled undead teams that smell better than this woman's residue that was left on Baldric's finger.
So the turn ends and the Wood Elves
this is
still
the
have the
type
ball.
of action that you don't get anywhere but the MML. We will guarantee that.
For a good time call, the MML.
And Baldric Smutzer.
So yeah, we've got a Wood Elf catcher with the ball.
His number is actually 555 love.
We've got Royce Gracie within surfing range.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty difficult move, even for a larger than life elf like Luann.
Yeah, but at this point you got to be looking for little victories, and that would be a huge one.
That was actually the first thing I thought was, man, I wonder if that red dice is worth it.
If it's me, I bring up the guard player and I make an attempt at it.
No, we're gonna play smart here.
Courageously run away. That's another approach.
That's always a way to go.
Yeah, they seem to be repositioning screen, just kind of a revolving door around the field and trying to get the humans to chase them.
Well, and the thing is, the humans, yeah, the Blitzers have the 7 movement, but all of the Wood Elf pieces have that kind of movement, and slowly, you see, the only 2 players that are really close right now don't have block or wrestle.
Yeah, it looks like the catchers are the only ones that are really keeping up at this point.
I mean, Hoist can get up there, but it's going to take a little bit because there's going to be a screen, I would think, if Luann can get free here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much more they're gonna troll around the other players here.
Freeze said he needs a shower now. He feels dirty.
It's going to take more than a shower to get that dead elf stinking Baldric Smutzer out of your mind.
Oh, there goes Luann.
I'm over here on the Wood Elf sideline. Fellas, Baldric Smutzer has done a lap around the field, and he's over here standing by me. He's now pissing on the Wood Elves, especially on the dead ones, and the ones that were injured tried to limp their way and low crawl their way over to the ones that were dead to try to stop the piss from coming, and Baldric turned around and pissed on them. I don't know how much this water or alcohol this man has drank today, but he's been going for a full steady 1 minute stream. I'm actually very impressed about this. This is disgusting and fascinating to watch at the same time.
A problem. I mean, that may play into what we were discussing earlier with his potential health issues.
At least it's coming out in liquid form. I've seen it worse when there is pus involved. It's not a good sight. Right now it's liquid. The smell is not great, but it could be a lot worse. Again, you go to downtown Bretonnia at the wrong time. No, the urine with the Wood Elves is one of the most excruciating things I have ever endured in my life. The fact that I am being subjected to this...
You're really cutting your teeth here in this first broadcast, I've got to say.
I'm considering filing a EEO complaint against the MML for making me do the things that most people would not do. This is a job that most people would not do. And yet... people demanded my papers before I came over and did this job.
And they demand you do these disgusting jobs that no one else wants.
Exactly, and then they complain because I do the job, and then they say, oh, you're taking our job away, and I'm like, oh, you can have the job back, and they go, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, I don't really want the job. Go ahead and clean the Wood Elf piss.
You're regretting your decisions to show up here today is what you're telling me.
And sometimes you have to do what you have to do, but this is particularly disgusting.
I have to admit, the chat may have came up with a very viable show for you there, Tony. Dirty Jobs with Tony Bretonnia. I think we need to have a weekly article.
The public demands it at this point, I believe. So we might see. I think we're gonna see Connor try to get a touchdown right now. Fails. Nope. Nobody wants the ball. We're not gonna do that.
No, I think they're slowly trying to work it upfield to the Wood Elves. They want to build some more tension here. Now that
I think what actually happened
is
Baldric came over and wiped his hand on the ball, and everybody involved said, "No, we're done. I'm into red panties." Connor says, "I like red panties. That's all. I'm not into that stuff, Baldric."
I have known some really disgusting people in my life in Bretonnia, but this guy Baldric is a really very sick individual. The way that he produced the cream that he spread onto that ball is that when they brought this guy Belarimar here, who's the only guy who's actually just knocked out, he has no clue what's going on, and Baldric did something to his ear that I'm not even proud to have watched and not have done anything about. Now I feel bad.
Did watch.
I saw it happening and I did nothing to stop it. And for that, I will ever have to live down the rest of my life knowing I didn't do anything to stop what happened to this poor elf. And then Baldric got the substance that he spread on the ball. I will forever be scarred. I will need counseling, but I do what I need to do the job.
Speaking of train wrecks, there's a multitude of train wrecks going on right now. If you are just joining in, there's a disturbed individual on the human teams named Baldric Smutzer, who has been running rampant throughout the stadium, sidelines, and field. There is a pile of dead elves and injured elves on the sideline. We have a tied game, and I think this is going to be one of those where we're going to get a winner one way or another.
Oh God, please, no, don't bring him over here. This guy's still here. He's going to do terrible things to him. Take him to the other sideline, please. It's not safe. Oh God.
I need more alcohol for this.
I was not prepared. I did not have myself ready for this. So,
I was warned there was going to be a celebrity. I didn't think the celebrity was going to be Baldric Smutzer, though.
I love that he went from being the man we all wanted to be at the beginning, and now he's this disgusting, just pile of walking disease.
Oh my lord, he just asked me if I know what a Lithuanian headdress is. And now he's gonna show me. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Run, Tony, run.
No. Oh god. Help me.
Tony,
I need a raise.
Get out of there.
Tony, get out of there.
Just
I
get
need
out
a
of there.
raise.
It's not safe.
Please, I need a
It's
raise.
not
Just give me
safe.
minimum wage, please.
Run, Tony, run.
I'm not sure if Don Eagle's asking for the humans to foul or if he's calling foul for what Smutzer just did, but he seems passionate either way. I think the entire stadium is going to need to be disinfected after this particular display that we've had here. I know I'm catching my breath, and I've already booked a week straight of therapy because of the things I've seen and heard. This is horrible.
I've seen some things and some stuff. I wouldn't recommend it. They're ganging up on Luan here. Connor still has yet to move.
This is a bit of a cage being built around the ball carrier by the opposite team.
So how many elves are left on the pitch now?
Not enough, and still way too many.
I think you still got a War Dancer and the Guard Kick Flare who's stunned.
Catching my breath, watching the failure of humans. Everything is right in the world.
I'm over here on the sideline, and I'm watching Baldric execute a move he calls the leapfrog. And he said he's gonna show you what kind of Luan is over on the sideline. Oh, this is sick. This is disgusting. I can't even watch. I'm gonna turn away.
Get out of there, Luan. No, don't let him do that. No. He can't even defend himself. This is just sick.
That is a welcome to the MMO. That's a welcome to the big leagues that I don't think anybody wanted.
You're a sick individual, man. You need to get out of here. Go to your own sideline. This is bullshit, man. Go to your own sideline.
And Tony is actually taking this into his own hands. He's had enough. He's actually getting Baldric pushed away from these poor elves. I think we've all had enough of this disgustingness, except for maybe Harry.
Security! Security!
I thought the ogre was going to try to pick up the ball for a second.
Yeah, the way that things have been going, I wouldn't expect nothing less.
Well,
the humans have really had their way with these elves the entire game in more ways than a person should probably even mention. But I mean, the ball is just there to be taken at this point.
The War Dancer still is going to try to put up an effort here.
The real question is, at this point, do you see any situation where the humans don't win this?
Oh, no, not anymore. I thought maybe there was a chance the War Dancer could snatch the ball up if they failed another pickup, but no, not now.
Yeah,
unless
they can't get the exchange between the thrower and Connor again.
I am watching the sick human being dance his way around the stadium on his way back to his own sideline, and one of the female fans is so excited that she has kissed him in the mouth. And I'm thinking of the many different strains of diseases and mutations that have come from that kiss that maybe even Chaos will never see.
Well, no, I think you know, as a whole, the entire league, these elves in particular, owe you a thanks, Tony, for stepping up and just doing what no one else was willing to do, and putting an end to this.
This is, I hope that some of you think about this kind of situation and the things that I was subjected to for the good of my family, the next time Drumpf talks about a wall and keeping us out.
I don't know if we can find anyone else who would do what you've done today, Tony.
This is Tony Bretonnia, maybe not the same ever again, signing out.
So there goes Lyric. That's the touchdown. Los Pumas clinches another win in their defending championship season. It's looking pretty good so far.
Hey guys, back in the booth. Serious Jest here. What'd I miss? Oh, a lot of injured on the field.
Things got a little messy there. It's probably for the best that you didn't see some of the things that happened.
I had to do some work, and I was doing totally safe for work things. So
yeah, no, it's probably best. We'll sum it up with this. There's only 3 elves left on the field.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those elves look in pretty bad shape over there too. Why are they all laying there on their faces with their butts up in the air like that?
It's been some trying times for the Wood Elves. I don't think they're probably not gonna put up very much of a fight for the rest of this game, and probably not for the next few games. There's going to be a lot of mental and spiritual healing required before we see the Leaf Dancers really rejoin the ranks. This may actually, this game many may look back to and go, this was the game that really ran the Leaf Dancers out of the league. I think it would be difficult for them to recover from this particular game. This
looks like the Lauren Rockets.
Yeah, it's really remarkably close to that. The one thing that really has happened that's positive is that they haven't had any more players die physically. Emotionally, there's been a lot of most of the injuries have been psychological.
I believe. A lot of psychological wounds today.
The team's really been through the psychological wood chipper. It's
I don't know how you come
been
back
rough.
from that. I really don't. I mean, there's teabagging, and I forked your mom talk, and then there's what Baldric has done today. You're a very lucky man that you did not see it, Jest.
I was behind the firewall.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I wish you had been here to catch Tony's debut. We have a bright talent that is emerging.
I heard about that guy. I heard he's been catching the Univision networks, taking them by storm.
Yeah, he's a man that does not fear much. I think if he can survive for a while, he's got some special abilities. We'll put it that way.
If he can continue to deal with the things that he dealt with today, he will be a star. I don't know if he'll be able to do it again, because those were some deeply disturbing things that I've seen on the field. I've never seen anything like it, and I pray that I don't ever again.
Yeah, by the way, I think this game's pretty much over.
Here's the real jerk-off move, by the way. It's not really a jerk-off move, actually. I think it's very, very valid. But if it were me, I think I would have put Connor on the line, like in the wide zone, or even on the line. So when what just happened now, where that ball goes where it is, Connor runs downfield. Connor runs downfield, grabs it on. I was thinking maybe a blitz.
A blitz, the ball wouldn't land in time to get it. If somehow there was a riot, which with the way that this has been, I don't think any of the fans really want to get too close to the field, except for some of the ladies in particular. They seem to be fond of this particular playing style. But yeah, I think for the most part, this is going to be one of those where, the Wood Elves are getting out of there. They're not going to touch the ball. They're not going to touch anything. They're going to leave with who they have left.
Is that a blow-up doll I see on the human sidelines?
No comment.
Like a punctured blow-up doll? What the hell happened?
Things got a bit weird for a bit there, and we're just not going to speak of it. It's probably going to be tied up with in the legal system for quite a while.
So I don't think we're going to get either of the coaches in here. I don't think Disco doesn't have a mic. I don't think Pong has a mic that works. Guys, invest in a mic, man. I would love to interview these guys. This is a very interesting match. Wow. So I just noticed this. Take a look at the stats for the match. 7 injuries inflicted. So guess who's going to have to be updating the record book again this week? 7 injuries inflicted by those Pumas.
That's a pretty good number, and that's 7 injuries off of only 10 armor breaks. So I mean the armor break percentage there is 70% injuries on an armor break. So
that is insane.
That's some pretty vile stuff.
So
I think they were
that's
just
7
so
injuries.
psychologically scarred. I mean,
The 7 injuries stands through. I think that ties Don Eagle's Leaping Lizards record right now, which is 7. And I'm confirming, but yeah, it is. No, it wasn't Don Eagle. It was the Wrecking Crew versus North Sleektail Brooklyn in week 4 of last season. Where they came out ahead with 7 injuries inflicted, so that just ties that record. 2 kills inflicted. Remember, we talked about the third one that came from somebody killing themselves while trying to run faster than they were able to.
I'd kill myself trying to get out of there too.
Death seems a better alternative than what I heard had happened before. So I'm seeing the Disco join the party. I don't suppose he has a mic, does he? I guess not. Oh yeah, there we go. This might be the first time I've ever heard your voice live, man. How you doing? Good. Disco Davo, the reigning MML champ, came out against a very tough coach with a 2-1 victory. Was it ever in doubt? So so the opening kickoff happened. Coach Pong chose not to use the reroll to receive that ball, and you jumped all over the opportunity. I mean, I think most of us didn't even see the opportunity there to get over there, but you seem to have a very in-depth knowledge of your team and their capabilities. You know, I don't know if you will probably, if you get the chance, you should check out the replay of the game on Twitch.
Hey, they're saying they can't hear Disco. Try the share audio setting.
Yeah, so Disco, you gotta go to your party settings and click enable voice to be shared. And we'll wait. But while you're doing that, I'll tell you that you weren't signed into the. I don't know if you were listening to the Twitch, but if you weren't hearing the broadcast, you should go back and listen to the things that went on. I had to jet out at halftime, but I did notice that one of your players, Baldric Smutzer, who is a known, also makes extra money as a porn star on the side. He was kind of going crazy on the opposing team. And causing some real hate and discontent and permanent psychological damage. So
things got a little off the rails for a little while with him.
Yeah, no, I was listening. I did hear. Slightly distracting, you know. I was trying to manage my team. And
how do you?
It was distracting for the entire stadium. I think the things Baldric was doing on the field today.
Many coaches may not have taken the chance on such a player, but it seems like you've really used him to your advantage. Is this kind of behavior from Baldric something you're going to celebrate, or something you're going to have like a kind of a negative talk with him about in the locker room?
It's something that has to be celebrated. It's Red Panty night after all. We're all going to go and celebrate.
Damn, you heard it here first. Conor McGregor, Red Panty night spreading throughout the team, and Baldric is the ultimate wingman. The ultimate wingman.
He'll always let you get the better one, you know? He doesn't care. He's the best wingman ever. He's like, I don't care, that looks great to me.
Just the way he was sniffing around the dead wood elves, he will take anything.
I said I just loved though how he went for, like, you know, early it was like, you know, everybody wants to be Baldric, and then it just turned into this. He's just this vile, disgusting, you know. I don't know when it turned, but it turned really, really hard.
It went bad real quick.
Baldric seems to be a bit misunderstood, I think, is all. He's good at heart.
Hey, he's just comfortable.
He's a kind gentleman, you know. He's just a few wrong decisions in life have led him down this path.
It's just when he starts to not keep his self-control, it snowballs quickly.
I would love to see
I don't think we saw a
article.
snowball today, though.
What, a snowball?
Oh my!
Oh.
The snowballs are coconut's delicious.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's the texture that gets me.
Oh God. Oh God.
And suddenly, yeah.
So this was though you know, all of the extra disrespectful things that happened aside, this was an amazing game. I mean,
right.
Like, definitely had to make your heart jump up. It was very enjoyable for us. For Disco, how stressful was this?
Yeah, it was a bit more stressful than it needed to be. And in the first half, I made a couple of bad choices. Should have dodged with Royce instead of going for the block. Re-rolled the block again. Should have dodged to save the re-roll for that. Took that first touchdown. That allowed them to strip the ball. So that was a bad choice. And after that, not covering the movement 9 catcher. There's a few bad choices there. But I was second half.
Also, I was gonna say I was really very impressed with both of your abilities as coaches to, like, you know, normally, you know, you both had each other in situations in that first half, especially where that ball was seemingly completely out of reach, right? I mean, like, movement wise it was theoretically possible, but a lot of people would have maybe just said, screw it, that's done, that guy's gonna stall out, there's nothing I can do about it, I might as well foul or bash or, you know, or make some kind of useless attempt. And both of you managed to, like, brainiac, you know, goodwill hunting your way to an, like, amazing solution. Were you I mean, did you surpass your own expectations, and did your opponent also surpass your expectations of him?
I never surpassed my own expectations. They're way up there.
Nice.
But yeah, no. So Wood Elves are my bogey team. I hate playing Wood Elves. So I always forget about Leap, and they always get to my ball carrier. And it's so playing Wood Elves is not something I enjoy. I think I've lost to them more than anyone else.
It seems like you've been playing around with changing your offense, trying some different things. I know that last season you really relied on Conor McGregor a lot more, and you're putting the ball into different players' hands now. Is that one of those where you're just trying to work differently in different situations, or you're just trying to keep people guessing? I mean, it just seems like you're taking a little bit different approach this season with the offense.
That's a great question, man. I was wondering about that too. The choice to put the ball on a white screen.
I'm basically planning for Conor's death. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. So I need another tactic. But he's always there at the moment in the background to save me, like he did today. It's just running him in all the time. There's no skill in that. So.
I love that strategy. You give it to Hoyce and let him stay up there, and if he does lose the ball or get hit, then Conor comes scrambling in, pretty much completely free to scoop up the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean that's the idea. We're really trying to work on his agility in training. If he can just get his agility up one more point, then I think he'd be the perfect player.
Well, like, it started raining, and that really put a damper in trying to feed him the ball.
Yeah, no, that was a tough moment. I was going to go for the one move touchdown there, but the rain came down. I didn't want to risk the long pass in case he didn't catch it, because he hasn't got the best hands. And it turns out, even on a handoff, he still couldn't catch it.
How do you see the outlook in your conference this year, Disco? You got it looks like, so with this win, you're in a 3-way tie with Rodentia Ad Nauseam, Witch's Coven, rather. Whereas with the loss, Pong, I think, is the only one with a win in his conference. It looks like the Sword Coast Conference is dominating the WAC this season. What's up with that?
Yeah, I think we did last year as well, to be honest. I think we are one of the strongest conference in the MML. And I mean, I think we used to have the Thrones as well, and they were again the ones that used to keep me out of the playoffs when it was only the top team that used to go through. I used to have to face them in like the game 8 in the playoff game.
So that's a good point you bring up, right? Because we've talked about this. The human team at the lower levels is nowhere near the potential that it reaches when it gets into the 2000 area, right, of TV. Yeah. So do you find life a lot easier now playing with this developed Los Pumas team than you did when everybody else came in with block or, you know, some kind of advanced skills and you still had basically the Play-Doh ready to mold?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely easier to play with this team. As I say, it's got the skills there. One thing I do find difficult is actually keeping the TV difference between my opponents to a minimum. It's like I cut a player, or pretty much every other game I'm having to cut something, be it a re-roll or some cheerleaders. I'm having to reduce. I mean, there was one game last year I had to give away 980 TV.
It's a great point, because last year it really seemed to us, on the outside at least, that Los Pumas did not give a crap about TV. You were going to come in at what you were going to come in at, and your opponent could just figure that shit out, right? But it seems like this season you've made a concerted effort to kind of rearrange things and not give up the same kind of inducements.
Until the playoffs last year. I really wanted to make the playoffs last year, so I just wanted the best team I had to get me to that playoffs. Didn't care how much TV I was giving away. I mean, I think I cut 150 before the quarterfinals, I cut 200 before the semi-finals, and I cut another 100 before the final. This year I didn't actually have to cut to make it back into the league, but I'm trying to keep it around the 1900 this year, because otherwise I'm giving away 600-700 every week, and people put Morgan Thorg on the pitch. And he just destroys my team, and I don't want to be anywhere near that guy.
Anybody else? Any other questions for our champ?
No, congratulations on the win. Just to give you a heads up, Harry Warthog was in the chat a little earlier, and he seems to support your idea of starting to plan with not having Connor there. He circled you on the schedule in the I believe it's the last game of the regular season. He is almost guaranteeing you that you're going to win, but he is coming for Connor's head, it looks like. So probably a good idea that you're trying to protect that player and come up with different offensive plans, because it's definitely a player that people have taken notice to.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I heard you guys talk about it. I always try to have 12, if not 13 players. 12 is a good number for me. If I've got 12, Connor can always sit on the bench. He hasn't even got to enter the field. If the playoffs are in the bag, then he won't even be on the pitch in that last game.
Yeah, it's definitely something to look at coming into closer to the end. But right now you've had a little bit of a heated battle to get into the playoffs and that, and I wish you best of luck moving forward in the season.
Thank you very much. Yeah, have
Disco, if I may. So
I'm all you're announcing. It's very enjoyable.
I'm the only other human coach in the MML Pros right now, and I don't know if you've had a chance to look at my team, but I guess as a young human coach coming up and trying to get to where Los Pumas are at, any recommendations on the building the team that you could give for your counterpart over in the West Division?
Yeah, I mean, I've not really looked. I mean, I like variety. I don't like to make the same player. So if you can spread your skills out, and then you've always got that option. Do you need tackle? Do you need mighty blow? And it's one of those things. Just if you build the same blitzer, you build the same lineman, you build the same catcher, you've only got one option. I always like a plan B, a plan C. So obviously rolling doubles helps to get the stats up, but
yeah,
I'll
take the strength every time.
Yeah. The key is to get a strength 5 player and a strength 4 player, and then an agility player and a 1-turner naturally. If you can do that,
even 1-turner is easy, right?
Yeah.
I'll make sure
if you can just do if you can do a couple of those builds, you got a good chance of some success.
Rez can help you with the hacking / steroid program.
Only with the undead for the most part, though. I mean, it's Nuffle wants me to play undead.
The universe. It's the universe.
Exactly. How do you say no to them? I mean, they're just so adorable when you really look at them.
Hey, Disco, is there any chance that we'll hear from you in terms of like an article post? I don't think we have one yet from you yet.
Oh yeah, he posted the season wrap up.
Oh, he did?
Oh yeah.
For the season review, yeah.
Okay, cool. Any chance we'll get any further expansion upon Baldric and his dastardly ways in a future MML article?
Maybe his brother might write a nice article, and I'll see how that goes down.
Explaining how he's really a good, wholesome church-going boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Well, anybody else got any?
This is fun, fellas. Yeah, I think that pretty much takes care of it. I'm good.
All right, everybody, you've been watching the MML, MMLPro.com. Your announcers have been ReznorRulesYou, More Shots and Serious Jest, and our guest announcer, Big Papi, a.k.a. Tony Bretonnia, who has really made his money, it sounds like, this match. Your coaches were discodavo, who you just heard from, and Ponghines. Hopefully we'll get to actually hear Ponghines' live voice after one of the future matches. But yeah, looking forward to it. If you want to read more articles about these teams and the backstories, man, it's a lot more than just what goes on the field. There's a lot of sick stuff going on in the background. And if you're a sick dude like us and you're intrigued, check out MMLPro.com. Or also, if you're a family guy and you want a family league, MMLPro.com. Perfectly safe for your children. Thanks for tuning in.